boy DJ Academics, and check it out, man, because Dame Dash, he's airing out a couple of people via social media. This time, it's his ex-wife and someone who he considers a scumbag lawyer. Now, he was married to Rachel Roy for 5 years, actually 4 years, 2005 to 2009. They're divorced, but they have kids as well. Now, apparently, Dame Dash is being sued over back child support, something according to Dame men wouldn't do. Men wouldn't do that type of shit. However, the mother of his child clearly isn't a man, right? Now, as far as Dame Dash's son, who has the Cookies Empire, right? And I ain't talking about the character on Empire, but Dame Dash clearly hasn't cut the appropriate checks or given the amount of cookie dough to have all his children content, because he took to Instagram to blast his ex-wife, who he claims is holding his kids away from him because he hasn't paid up. So this is what he said on Instagram. He says, "If anybody speaks to Rachel Roy, could you please ask her why? She is keeping my daughters away from me. I know such a classy woman would never do something as distasteful as that unless advised by a low-life scumbag lawyer like Donnell Suarez. Rachel, please don't get caught up in this dude trying to separate me from my family so he can get paid. But if I have to, this will be a public fight, and I'm going to tell the truth. And you guys will not be making me look like a bad father. So y'all can get more money. I'm sick of these games. Barry Rukivsky is another scumbag lawyer I'm gonna make famous for fucking with my family." And you know what? The more and more you think about it, you see these stories. As I said, listen, what Dame said in theory about encouraging black men especially to be entrepreneurs and to not be complacent in just working a 9 to 5, that not that there's nothing wrong with it. And I think he tried to clarify his statements today on Twitter by saying, hey, no, I wasn't talking to the people who are in the working class. I was talking to the people who have a fan base who basically have no problem with having a boss when you yourself have a fan base. Okay, so he's trying to make some type of clarification. I get it. But the more and more I think about it, and I think about the aspect of him calling people out continuously. He's called out a lot of culture vultures that he sees working at labels, right? We've seen him call out all type of lawyers and all type of people who have tried to sue him or he's about to sue. The more and more you think about it, Dame Dash is really like Stringer Bell. Now, he's really the Stringer Bell of hip-hop. Now, if you guys don't know, I'll explain. Because Stringer Bell is a character in one of my favorite, actually my favorite TV show of all time, The Wire. Now, Stringer Bell is a street-savvy dude who came up on money, a lot of money, through the drug game. At some point or another, though, he realized that, you know what? He felt he was smart enough to go into business/ownership and kind of even into the political realm, and he started by doing real estate. Now, once he did that, he started to realize quickly that, my nigga, there's a game everywhere. However, now that you're fronting the cash, you're new in the game, it's you that's getting hit the hardest, and you're the one that's usually getting played. Now, the thing is, after basically telling his partner in the drug game that, yo, I'm leaving this shit to go do business, he basically returns and says, yo, fuck that, man. Let's go get these niggas on that street shit. Now, that's when Avon tells him, like, yo, dog, you wanted to be a businessman, go be a businessman. He's like, you don't realize you were in over your fucking head. And if we focus on Dame the person, we see a ton of walking contradictions. When he says to DJ Envy in that interview, yo, you sound smart to a dumb nigga. That's actually a dope-ass line, right? But if you think about it, that's summed up Dame. He sounds very smart to a dumbass nigga. Think about it. I mean, his theory about ownership, that was great. Now, I agree with that 100%. Now, when you hear him talk about the method to get there, it's kind of infantile. He's talking about, yo, you get money, you just flip it, and you're thinking, where are you getting this money from? How you know you're definitely succeeding every time you quote-unquote flip it? Because surely flipping it can't be as easy as motherfucking SpongeBob at the Krusty Krab flipping those Krabby Patties, right? If you're doing it legally. Now, if you think about all of his recent ventures after Rockefeller, you see a lot of failures, right? We see people call him out for his shady business moves. Jim Jones called him out. But when he goes to an interview, he basically says, yo, men can't speak on behalf of other men. However, he calls out every lawyer on social media who ever sued him. And also he calls out every record executive who he felt kind of cut him out of a deal and is a culture vulture, right? He's not taking responsibilities for his personal failures. He's blaming the lawyers, corporate people, deflecting. than doing what he says men don't do. Or chatty pat. No. I got to phrase it like him. Chatty patties don't do. Chatty patties, right? According to him, wouldn't call out somebody and especially wouldn't ask someone else to speak to someone else on behalf of their money, right? So him saying to someone else that, hey, how about you go talk to Rachel Roy about her trying to sue me and keep my kids away from me, I think that's a chatty patty move. But to me, I don't get in the chatty patty thing. It's absolutely hilarious. It's a funny ass thing, to keep it real. However, I will say this, man. Pretty much you could tell Dame is somebody that's in over his head. He says one thing, then as soon as he doesn't get what he wants in that other area, right? Because men do business, he runs back to do the exact opposite. He's calling out people on social media. He's exactly what I said he was. Stringer bell. A nigga who is kind of business savvy, but still is street savvy as well. However, a lot of times you realize he's just in way too much over his fucking head. And we could see that's what happened with Jay-Z. That's why Jay-Z's at where he's at, and Dame is at where he's at. That's it. So what do you guys think, man? Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with what he said in theory about ownership. Now, his depiction of the process was beyond infantile. It was beyond, it was actually just stupid because he didn't give any type of set plan or even solid advice for somebody that say you're graduating college or you graduated high school and you have $1,000 to your name. How do you make that into being a boss? So yeah, you guys get in the comment box. What do you think about him calling out other people via social media? I thought this is not what men do. But apparently Dame has his own rules which only revolve and only apply to when he chooses to enforce it. Get in the comment box. Make sure you guys like, definitely subscribe. It's your boy DJ Akademiks. I'm out.